Alrighty. Hey, what's up guys? It's just back to Fate Grand Order. We're starting the third main interlude. Takes place between LB 3 and 4, Tokugawa Restoration Labyrinth OOKU. Which, I'm not sure what to expect. All I know is it'll have Kama in it, and hopefully give us some detail on her. It's complicated. AV6. Yeah, it should be interesting. I don't know if this is okay. So it's more Christmas and Underworld style rather than. Actually, who knows? Because Seraph also started off with just thing, but then we got a map afterwards. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll have a map. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, Murdak. Alright, I guess let's get started immediately. Prologue.
Here you go, Senpai. I decided to try herbal tea today. What do you think?
It's probably very good. It's very soothing.
I was so happy when I found out that Shion brought along these sorts of luxury goods.
Yeah, she had time to pack a bunch of teas before she came here. That's interesting priority, I guess. Very interesting priority.
Yes, of course. Having nothing but bland supplements would ruin the camp-like atmosphere.
Yeah, I guess you're not wrong, I suppose.
I'm fine with only the bare minimum of resources necessary to survive. Myself. But I cannot speak for anyone else. So I made sure you'd have a wide variety of food and recreation to choose from, thus satisfying your need for both mental and physical nourishment.
I already spent all of the Atlas Spiritron points I had been saving for years to acquire them.
So you may as well make the most of them.
Okay. Will do. Hey, Gogeta.
I'm so grateful to her. Before we got to the Wandering Sea, we had to make do with nothing but the border's emergency supplies.
That's probably pretty tough.
Having proper tea together like this again reminds me of the old Chaldea in the Antarctic.
Yeah, me too, Mash. Oh, our home gone, destroyed.
I know things are completely different now, so I shouldn't be feeling sorry for myself, but...
There's a saying for this sort of thing. Haste makes waste.
Yes, I've heard that one before. There are similar sayings in other languages as well. It's amazing to think that similar sayings be formed in completely different civilizations and cultures.
True. Yeah, no, it is interesting to think about.
Anyway, putting that all aside. You're right. At this point, all we can do is wait for Shion and Captain to finish modifying the shadow border, so that it will be stable enough for us to head to the Atlantic Lost Belt.
Oh my god, hang on. I got a phone ding. Sorry, I have to answer this.
Be stable enough for us to head to the Atlantic Lost Belt. As much as we like to help, it's all just way above our heads.
I wonder how it's coming along. It's probably doing alright. Hopefully. I would hope it is.
Good question. All I know for sure is that it's taking longer than anyone expected. Shion said that Da Vinci's design for the border is even more intricate and delicately balanced than she had thought. I remember Da Vinci seemed both pleased and apologetic about that. At any rate, they also said that there's a crucial part they need for the modifications. And And we'll probably need to go to the Indian Lost Belt to get it. Of course we will. I was wondering what was gonna make us go there versus going straight to the Atlantic. I wonder what that's all about. It could be something that can only be obtained there, or it could be for some other reason. I'm sorry, I just don't know enough to say one way or the other. All I know is that at this point it sounds like they're putting the pieces together so they can install this necessary part. Shion thought that this preliminary preparation would be finished soon after we got back from the Chinese Lost Belt. But apparently things didn't quite go as planned, yeah. Still, Captain did say it looks like they should be finishing this stage fairly soon now. Let's recuperate until it's our turn to help then. Not much to be done if all we can do is wait. Agreed. Oh, we should rest up while we can so we can hit the ground running. Would you like some more tea, Senpai? I also have plenty of cookies to go with it. Alright, I'm assuming it's gonna be a Ritsuka gets abducted while they're sleeping. Got a deal again? Alright, I know what you're about to say. That's way too many, right? No. What? No. Well, there's a reason for that. Oh, is there? Go on. Things have become much more lively around Chaldea base now that we have more servants here. So I made extra to share in case I ran into any of them on my way here. And you didn't run into any? But as luck would have it, I haven't seen anyone else today. Not even Foe. That's a bit unusual. In fact, now that I think about it, it feels like Chaldea base is way too quiet today. I wonder why. Oh boy. What the? Hello? Do you still exist over there? I think I exist. I think so. If you're there, give me some sort of response. Even an empty message will do. Otherwise, this is the end for New Chaldea. Oh, okay. Calmly sip herbal tea. Like, I'm used to it. I'm used to this bullshit. This is not the time to ghost me. We already have more than enough dead air in our budget. Okay, I can hear you breathing, so that will suffice to confirm your existence for me. Are you there too, Mash? Even better. What's going on, Shion? Why is this alarm going off? In all of history, there's only ever been one reason for an alarm to go off at a base. It's a fair point. New Chaldea is under attack. Attack? Correct. It's rather terrible. Like waking only to find all your data from yesterday is corrupted. Oh, the horror. What else can you do at a time like this but laugh? I don't know if this is a laughing matter, but okay. No, sorry, this really isn't the time to dissociate from reality, is it? Not really, no. We don't have a moment to waste. Please come to the command room at once. Understood. Let's go, Master. Alright, if I gotta... taking me away from my tea time? Shaking my head. We're here. What in the world is going on, Shion? Before I answer that, I'd like to confirm something with you. Did you see anyone else on your way here? Anyone at all, like one of the staff or a servant? No, I didn't. In fact, I was just telling Master how strange it was I haven't seen anyone else today. That is, concerning. Does it have something to do with this attack? This is what I was afraid of. I was hoping that at least one person might be hiding with presence concealment, but I guess it's not the case. As soon as I realized there was no one else in the command room, no staff, no Holmes, no Da Vinci, I cut off your cause and effect interference to keep you both safe. I think the only ones that could help in time were you two and myself. Very convenient, you saved the main character of all people. Good call, good call. Especially since I've already cut myself off from human history. Shion?
Oh, sorry, I'll leave my self-examination and strategizing to a different thought process and get to the main topic. You can see what sort of attack we are under for yourselves. Even after sounding the alarm and putting out a call, you two were the only ones to come here. And that can only mean one thing: everyone else no longer exists. We're now the only ones left in the entire Chaldea base. That doesn't sound that bad. Could be worse. Right? Probably. Maybe. He expected to kidnap the Master Angle. It's actually kidnapped her. Yeah, they pulled one over on me. I can't believe it. They switched up the formula. How could this happen?
The spirit origin graph is still working, but we cannot summon a single servant. And there's not a single member of Chaldea's staff anywhere in the base, let alone the command room. Even my servant captain's gone. We're the only ones left. Whether this is due to external interference or internal sabotage, there's clearly ill intent at work. Yeah, I would think so. I don't know what other intent there would be by kidnapping everyone from here. You know. How'd this happen? That's the whole thing, huh? I still need to investigate more thoroughly before I can say exactly what happened. But it's already clear what the culprit used to accomplish this.
It was ray shifting. They used ray shifting to induce forced spiritron summoning. Oh.
Put it in layman's term.
My coffin was used as a catalyst with which to forcefully ray shift everyone away.
What? Is that even possible? I'm sure it would be with Chaldeus, but this is Novum Chaldea.
There's no phase navigational system that advanced here. So you're saying they could just be spiritron atoms just floating in the ether? Not even physically anywhere?
So it'd be impossible to reverse summon by hijacking our system. Usually I'd be 99% sure about that conclusion. But I do have a theory or two on how it could possibly happen. However, they're so absurd that I decided to shelve them for now.
Next time I'll not be so quick to criticize how Holmes handles situations like this.
I mean,
if this were a locked room murder mystery, it would be as if the killer was the greatest pitcher in the entire universe, and they killed the victim by throwing a ball through an air vent. Yeah, that'd be pretty impressive.
That's how unlikely the circumstances would need to be for that to happen.
Though that said, I suppose if the universe's greatest pitcher were actually here, then it would technically be possible.
Sorry, getting sidetracked. Back on point, we're the only ones capable of fighting back against this attack. Ritsuka, Mash, and myself, Shio, and Eltnum Sakaris. Who could the attacker be?
And why in the world would they do this?
I cannot say anything about that just yet. That said, I don't think one of the cryptors is behind this, since they have no reason to leave their lost belts. I also still have a faint connection to my own servant, Captain. So the fact that he has yet to take any action must mean that he's trapped. And I would guess that all of Chaldea's staff and servants are as well.
Are they okay? You're probably fine, right?
That's what I want to know too. Not everyone on Chaldea's staff is a mage. If they really were ray-shifted, then... I see. You're worried they may be unable to withstand the ray shift and disappear upon reaching their destination.
I cannot deny that such a worst-case scenario is possible. No! Muye! Our boy. But in this case, I don't think you need to worry, as their ray shift destination doesn't appear to belong to standard history. Oh? That is, they're moving through space more than time, so my coffin will have no trouble verifying their existence. Of course, I cannot guarantee their safety if they should encounter some sort of violence at their destination. Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
But if all the culprit wished to do was hurt them, they wouldn't need to go to the trouble of reshifting them. So thinking logically, I suspect the culprit's goal was to summon and capture them, not kill them. If I were the culprit, I would have frozen them the moment they were summoned and kept them packaged as spiritrons. Oh. I have to do that for the people with low race shift aptitude anyway, and it would also stop the servants from fighting back. Since they're already being converted during the race shift process, that would definitely be the most efficient way to capture them. And there's still a chance we can save them?
Since they're race shift, does that mean you know where they went? Yeah, do you have a record?
Of course. That's the most important part after all. When I got to the command room, all of the race shift equipment was already set to fixed parameters. To put it another way, they're all pointing towards a very specific set of coordinates. And since everyone was reverse summoned away, this almost certainly means that someone or something set those coordinates. Though of course I cannot say if the culprit just forgot to cover their tracks. There was nothing they could do to hide them, or they left them here on purpose to lure us in.
Probably the last one, realistically.
Where are these coordinates exactly? Does this mean they point to a singularity from the past? That's really the key problem. Remember what I said earlier about this destination not belonging to standard history? It's technically a singularity, but it's also quite different from the singularities we've seen so far. Its influence is spreading, or perhaps I should say, stretching. Usually the bizarre phenomena that take place in singularities are confined to that singularity. But this singularity is trying to interfere with proper human history, while remaining a singularity. In that sense, it may be closer to a lost belt. If you think of human history as one long scroll, singularities are like stains that weaken the scroll by contaminating the history around them. Whereas lost belts are like another scroll entirely that was discarded once it was clear it was no longer useful. It could be that this singularity is some sort of hybrid, a pseudo-singularity similar to Shinjuku or Shimuusa. I think the most appropriate name that we could give it in these specific conditions is
Humanity Destruction Zone. If it's similar to Shinjuku, that would mean it's probably a mastermind. All clearly given, yeah.
Right. If this singularity is the same as Shinjuku, that would mean it came about from the central coordinates for the singularity, which is currently stretching out like a line, point to mid-17th century Japan during the Edo period. The province of Shimuusa you observed before is gone from history, so I expect this incident is completely unrelated. Understood.
Regardless, I think there's only one option left to us.
Now that we know where everyone was taken, and the path to them is still open, we have to go there too.
And hopefully, Mastermind isn't expecting it and traps us or freezes us like they did everyone else. Well, supposedly, that's what Shion said she would do, but there's no guarantee that's what happened, but, you know, it's safe to assume, probably.
From there we need to find whoever or whatever's behind this. Defeat them and rescue everyone.
Hang on, Holmes, hang in there, Da Vinci. Yeah, I'm more concerned about Mounier. Director Mounier, I hope you guys are okay.
Yes, that's true. In the end, that's what it all comes down to. But I'm afraid I cannot let both of you go there. I want you to help me, Mash. I already have my hands full observing the singularity. I need one more skilled operator who I can trust to observe and verify Ritsuga's existence. Someone who's capable of filling in for 3 Chaldea staff members on their own.
But if I do that, there'll be no one left to help Senpai in the singularity. Yeah, I'm sure we'll find someone.
Oh, that's true. But this is a question of priorities.
If this were a diving expedition, it would be a decision between going down to the depths with an escort, but without a diving suit, or going down with a diving suit, but no escort. Both equally, well, not equally dangerous, but both very dangerous. I'd say the no diving suit's probably more dangerous, but. Alright, yeah, you know, fair enough. Shion, you win. You win, Shion. Will leave Mash here.
It's not a matter of which is safer.
If we're unable to verify her existence, she'll not be able to dive down into this other world at all. But still, going into a singularity without even a single servant is just...
Yes, I do understand your concerns. But look at Ritsuka.
I'll admit the idea of going there alone is terrifying. But that's just as true for everyone else, too.
Exactly.
The fact is, this figurative boat we're in is on the verge of sinking, and we're all in it together. Yeah, so someone's gonna dive.
As our base was already attacked once, there's no telling when those of us staying here may be attacked again. So I'm afraid our only option is for you to summon up your courage and look for either a weapon or a companion on sight. Fortunately, the singularity is in 17th century Japan, which by all accounts was a civilized society, so you should be able to reason with the people there. Yeah, and Ritsuka's Japanese, so the language... I guess if they have the whole translation thing, but it'll probably be easier that they fit in, I guess. Sort of, kind of, even though, well, the clothes would be, they'll get weird looks because of the clothes, but, you know, well, otherwise, they would get by okay, probably. You should be able to reason with the people there. As long as you can get past the first hurdle, I'm sure you'll be able to move things along rapidly.
Wait, what first hurdle?
Oh, come on, have you never seen a samurai movie?
I mean, when they draw their swords, if they feel someone's behaved improperly towards them. I think they call it Buriuchi. Gosh, imagine a society where you cannot even speak to anyone above your class for fear of being beheaded. That would be terrifying. Yeah, a little bit. That doesn't sound reasonable at all. Kiara?
Buriuchi? I've never heard of that before. I see. So that's the situation we're in. If this singularity is that dangerous, I'll have to summon up my courage as well. For it seems I'm the only servant in all of Chaldia who managed to evade capture. Here.
Hi. How did you evade capture? Just wondering.
Yes. Seshu and Kiara, a servant. I came as soon as I heard the commotion. So you're going to Japan? Then I'll come with you. When do we leave?
Seshuin.
Yes, it is I, your faithful servant, Seshuin Kiara. Never did I expect
To receive so much attention from you, especially in front of other people like this. Thank you, Master.
Whoa! Looking at this magical energy flow, that's definitely one of Ritsuka's servants. Let me see, class, alter ego.
A special kind of heroic spirit who doesn't fall under the standard categories.
So you're a non-regulation servant.
This is right in line with my calculations. Yes. Since even I was not able to see you, the enemy must have overlooked you entirely. Yeah, I guess that's good. At any rate, this works out perfectly. Now we have a trustworthy bodyguard to go along with Ritsuka. Trustworthy might be... pushing it. Yeah. Oh, I'm so relieved. Thank you, Kiara. I'm so sorry I wasn't aware of you up until now. But you're obviously gentle, clean, and cool-headed. And you even seem to be familiar with Japan. Uh-huh. Alright, no, nobody more trustworthy than a servant who is like, yep, I was here all along. Yeah. No. I couldn't have asked for anyone better right now. When did you summon her, Senpai? I can't seem to remember. It's yeah. Actually, that is a good question. Wait. Because he clearly... I mean, she had, apparently, according to Shion, she had the reading of Ritsuka summoned servant, but these... Like, yeah, it's one thing for them not to remember Seraph, right? Obviously, because that whole thing. But... You'd think they'd remember summoning her here, right? I can't seem to remember the first time I met her very well. You are sure we can trust her, right? Probably. I don't know about trust, but she's definitely dependable. I'm not gonna say that one. I don't want to throw doubt on our master-servantship right away. Of course, though I couldn't tell you why. I see, so she's another anti-hero like Shutendoji. Something like that, yeah. She doesn't quite seem to fit that mold, but never mind that. Thank you for doing this, Kiara. If I remember correctly, Kiara specifically waxes and wanes from people's awareness in Chaldea. I wonder... Is that intentional on her part, or is that just because she's technically... yeah, her circumstances as a servant are really weird. Because... Yes, this is the... Or, the one we met in Seraph anyway, is the body of this universe's Sesshuin Kiara. But... has, like, the mind and memories of CCC Kiara, right? Or, like, they're kind of mixed together. Something like that. Or, no, she just had, or, what was it? It was, she maybe not necessarily the mind, but she, like, has the experiences of her CCC self. I don't know, whatever. Anyway. I suppose it doesn't really matter all that much.
It doesn't quite seem to fit that mold, but never mind that. Thank you for doing this, Kiara. I know that between keeping Master safe and rescuing all the others...
This is a lot to ask of you, but...
Tee? You're so polite, Lady Mash. That heartfelt consideration of yours is all the reward I need. Please, you needn't worry. As I said, I'll be happy to accompany Master.
Oh, okay. Usually a servant like myself would have no part to play in any mission and would never even be called upon. So if you've called upon me now, the circumstances must be dire indeed.
I, Sesshuin Kiara,
swear to swallow any hard feelings I may have and do everything I can to help. That's good. If the extra class servants escape the enemy's notice, maybe we still have hope of finding a couple more. Probably not.
Ideally, I'd like to send Ritsuka in with
4 heavenly kings, or at least 3 musketeers.
Alas, it seems I was the only one to elude the hand of temptation. I'm somewhat different from the other extra servants thanks to my something skill. Do you mean independent action? There must be a very powerful story behind you.
I mean, kind of. Sort of. I'd be very interested to hear more about it, but right now...
Aha! I found someone.
Oh.
You mean there's another servant besides Kiara? Yes, I managed to track down one more. Excellent work, me. However, the servant's not here in the Wandering Sea.
Oh? The signal I found belongs to the very last servant that was reverse summoned out of here. They appear to have stopped right before the end of their race shift. Perhaps they're doing their best to fight back.
If you go after them now, you may still be able to rendezvous with them. Oh my, so they're doing their best to stay strong. How reassuring.
But any heroic spirit's completely defenseless right after a race shift.
No matter how strong they are.
They could easily be gobbled up from behind before they can adapt to the singularity.
Oh yes, I understand.
I also understand
Why you'd be reluctant to act under the circumstances, Lady Ritsuka. But I think now is the time to do so. We should shift out of here and go help this last servant as soon as possible. I agree with Miss Kiara.
If we don't help them now, the servant will most likely end up trapped, just like all the others.
You need to make contact with them first and re-establish your contract's connection. I'm sorry I cannot give you more time to prepare before you leave, Ritsuka, but...
That's okay, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm reminded of another saying, make hay while the sun shines.
If we know what it is we have to do, and we risk losing something important if we don't act soon,
then maybe we should just ignore any doubts we have and move full speed ahead. Yeah, that won't cause any potential problems, right? Surely?
Either way, my job is to make sure you have all the support you need. So please, Master and Kiara, we're counting on you to save everyone. Understood. Not to worry, I'll take care of this. Whatever I can do to help, however small, I'll see this through to the end, even should it cost me my life. Still,
to think that our reunion after so long a time would involve a journey to such a faraway land. Just imagine the two of us all alone on a dangerous expedition with me in this fleeting form that could be turned to dust at any moment. Yeah, I'm imagining. I can see I will need to be ever so careful. Otherwise I might get so nervous that I inadvertently reveal a rather unseemly side of myself. Okay, like, unseemly how? Like, what, like the, you're interested in the fine details, you know. Spare no expense, you know, let me know. I'm curious.
Final safety checks complete. All systems are go. The race shift coordinates are set to 35 degrees north, something 139 degrees, 45, yeah. Mid-17th century Japan. Since you seem to have some familiarity with the country, you probably already know this. But this will put you in the town of Edo from about 400 years ago. The city everyone today knows as Tokyo. One of your two primary goals for this phase shift includes the location itself. This is not an ordinary singularity. It's a massive humanity destruction zone that appears to even be affecting the axis of the axis of time itself. If we don't do something about it now, it's certain to become a huge problem. So one of your primary goals is to take care of the zone itself. Most of the singularities we've seen to date were caused by a massive magical energy resource, typically a holy grail. So if you find something like that here too, you may need to take it into custody.
Been there, done that, got the mystic code. What about, the other problem?
True, I guess I don't have to tell you that
Particular goal is just the official party line.
at least in one sense.
I mostly just said it to cover our bases, like an alibi. Just keep it in mind so you don't forget it entirely.
The other goal is, of course, much more important and much more urgent. Rescuing all of the Chaldea personnel and servants currently trapped there. We still have another huge problem we need to take care of.
Namely, resolving the bleached earth phenomenon. Yeah, but we can't really do that without all of our backup, so...
This order may be much smaller in comparison, but it's an important step nonetheless. This enemy has launched a direct attack on Chaldea.
There's only one thing for us to do in response.
Counterattack, counterattack, and counterattack some more.
Very straightforward, I like it.
By doing so, we'll fortify our position for the upcoming Grand Order. So I hope you understand that this race shift is a crucial trial for all of us at Novum Chaldea.
Yeah. Sorry, I accidentally pressed a button on my... stream dex switch, and I'm making sure nothing happened. I don't think it pressed fully, so we're fine. I promise to come back with everyone safe and sound. Maybe you shouldn't promise that, but...
Good. Then as the race shift's supervisor, I hereby declare that this emergency directive, this counter-order is underway. Master, please be careful over there.
We'll try, probably. Starting unsummon program, commencing Spiritron conversion. Race shift begins in 3, 2, 1. All systems are go. Proving urgent order. Initiating counter order operations. Surely we're being dropped somewhere nice, right? Not in the middle of a jungle. Surely. Right? I mean, I guess a jungle wouldn't be the worst place. I felt as though something or someone was calling me. Kiara? I'm not just one thing now. All sorts of things are layered on top of each other to form me. Though I also feel as though it's been that way for a very long time. I am a goddess, I am the wife of the supreme god Mahesvara. I'm a servant, I'm the avatar of mankind. I am called upon by humans. I am the one who aids the effort to protect the world. And now I'm being called away. Heading there as I speak. Though I'm sure I'm being called away, I also know that I'm heading there of my own volition. I have to, I must. The impulses within my divine core demand it. I brush off the arm rudely trying to take hold of me, but I don't run away from it. Instead I follow it to its source. I step out of a passageway made by humans, with human craftsmanship. I head towards a place that is not now, a time that is not here. I know something is waiting for me, something I can't ignore, and now I arrive at a land of humanity, twisted beyond all recognition. I saw it the moment I arrived. The light of a soul, so faint it seemed as though it might go out at any moment. It was so small, so weak, but it was still glowing. Even if it was fated to vanish in an instant, it was still there. I saw it. It looked to me like it was struggling desperately against something, like it was waiting for help. I'm sure this isn't the reason I came here. It was only by coincidence that I happened to find this tiny remnant of a human soul. But that's exactly why. I had to help it somehow. After all, if I came across a person in trouble, I wouldn't need a reason to help them. This doesn't sound very... Every decent person would hope to do the same, even if they rarely do in practice. So as a kind and loving goddess, how could I refuse? No. It'd be very uncouth of you to, refuse. Alright, I know they said it wasn't gonna be the same place, but this is literally the courtyard of the house in Shimusa. What do you think was speaking there? Well, I was gonna say it doesn't sound very Kama-esque, but they said goddess, so I'm like, well, that I guess it wouldn't be Kama. That's why I stopped myself. Plus, again, it doesn't even sound like them.
Looks like we've arrived successfully, Lady Ritsuka.
And again, goddess wouldn't really make sense.
So that was a ray shift. How novel. It's quite a different mystic and even experience than entering someone's mind. Teehee.
Yeah? What is this place?
Usually we would try to set the ray shift coordinates to give you some time to take stock of your surroundings. But we simply didn't have the time. So instead we went with the location as close as possible to the target reading. As a result, it looks like you've ended up inside Edo Castle.
Oh! That's probably not a good place to be. I don't think they'll take kindly to just random strangers appearing in their castle. At least, I wouldn't think so anyway. But... you know, who knows? Maybe they're chill. And also, probably not, though. You know, they're probably not gonna be very chill about that. You essentially directly invaded the most heavily secured base of the entire country. And MASH, do you not see the problem with this? There's no telling who or what might be nearby, or what could happen, even from our end. Uh-huh.
Master Kiara, please be as careful as possible. Yes, that's true. At this point in history, Edo Castle was so tightly guarded that not even a fly could get through unnoticed. If a thief or spy did manage to sneak in, the guards would surround them 10, perhaps even 20 to 1. Or at least I thought they would. But instead, it's eerily quiet here. Why, it's almost as if... you can take stock of your surroundings later. You're almost on top of the servant reading we were targeting.
Oh?
Please rendezvous with them first. Once they've joined you, you can start gathering information.
Okay, yokai desu. Roger Dodger.
I see them over there.
Oh. Hey, Parvati. That was a nice outfit. I liked it.
Oh, so that's Shiva's wife, Parvati. Or rather, a pseudo-servant of her. Perhaps she was able to hold out better by virtue of being a divine spirit.
Okay. Yeah, that's why that was why she didn't come to mind first, because I was thinking Shiva. But if he, okay, this is an episode. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Perhaps she was able to hold up better by virtue of being a divine spirit. Or maybe there's another reason why she was the only one to evade capture. At any rate, she did great holding out against the enemy's reverse summoning. Oh yes, she must be wonderfully strong-willed. We had better help her before the enemy or whoever can steal her away.
That kimono really suits you, Par. Parvati question mark?
No. Huh? I said no.
Huh? I am not the Indian goddess Parvati. Oh no, Par's on the fritz. Then who are you?
Very well then. I still don't know who you are, but I'll tell you who I am. I am the one who oversees OOKU here in Edo Castle. Once I also served as 3rd Shogun Tokugawa Iemitsu's wet nurse. My surname is Saito, my given name Fuku. Now I go by the name bestowed upon me by the Imperial Court. Kasuga no Tsubone. Are you sure about that? Say what? Oh my. Oh my, oh my. Kasuga no Tsubone is one of the most famous women in Japanese history. Although given how great your surprise is, Master.
I'm guessing she doesn't look quite how you expected. Not really. It's not that, apart from her outfit. That's definitely the Parvati we know. What in the world is going on here? Also, she immediately knew who we were talking about just from saying Par. We didn't say her full name. Just Par. So she definitely has some knowledge of Parvati, at least, and us. That's definitely the Parvati we know.
What in the world is going on here?
I'm afraid it's kind of complicated. Oh, okay. Oh, to be clear, I am the goddess Parvati you know. Shiva's wife, goddess of elegance and grace, all of that. For a while, I was a little worried how this would all turn out, but I feel much better now that you're here, Ritsuka. Wait, what? Huh? What,
What could these readings mean?
Is there someone else there inside of your spirit origin? I see, so you are acquaintances of Lady Par. Please forgive my earlier outburst. I'm afraid I still don't understand what's going on very well myself, but I'll do my best to explain what I can, okay?
It's only proper after all. Ahem. This is of course not my own body. I had fallen ill and was waiting for death to take me. In fact, I think it was after the final thread joining me to this life had snapped that Lady Par rescued me. At that moment, I noticed something strange was happening to Edo Castle, and had a flash of insight. It must have been the heavens themselves, or perhaps Lord Tosho Daigungan, who delivered this Indian goddess to me in my hour of need. They must want me to use this goddess's body and powers to do something about this predicament. As I said earlier, I don't think that's what's going on here. Probably not. Of course it is. It must be.
I'm at least reasonably sure. Oh, that's plenty enough. Yeah, reasonably sure. Okay, that's fair. That's aight. Sorry, I was just checking something.
I'm most reasonably sure.
How else could something this preposterous, this absurd, this ridiculously far-fetched even happen? If her voice is anything to go by, she has a lot more energy than I expected.
But never mind that. What is this predicament happening in Edo Castle right now? I am neither a warrior, nor do I practice any kind of sorcery. I was only given my current title thanks to the little skill I have with the Naginata. The significance of this could not be clearer.
The predicament I speak of is fallen Edo Castle's
Innermost chambers, where no man but the Shogun himself is allowed to enter. I speak, of course, of the place where the Shogun's wife and concubines live, the OOKU. I don't know how or why, but everyone in Edo Castle has completely disappeared, and in their place,
the OOKU is transformed into a labyrinth that appears to reach deep into the bowels of the earth. That's probably fine. That seems normal. Oh, fancy. I'm sure there's no problems with that. You know, a home for the Shogun's concubines turning into a that seems fairly normal to me. I don't know. Nothing seems out of place there. Tokugawa's invitation. Oh, we're being invited in? That's good. I love when you don't have to, you know, break and enter. Having an invitation is always nice. Surely that's what's happening, right? Probably.
Now I see. It's your Lady Parvati. I'm used to hearing your Buddhist name, Umahi, so I didn't recognize you at first.
This is also my first time meeting a being from the mandala, so I must confess that I'm a little nervous.
Still, right now, we're both servants contracted to Lady Ritsuka.
Yeah? In that spirit, I'll do my best to contain my excitement so we may work together harmoniously.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't believe we've met. Me?
Oh, I'm just a humble nun and wholly unworthy to introduce myself to the great Lady Kasuga and Lady Umahi.
But if you insist.
My name is Seshuin Kiara.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I feel like there's something inside you that's entirely separate from anything related to faith. Don't think about it too much, Par. It's fine. Something that, depending on the situation, I might need to deal with quickly and decisively.
Oh my, something inside me?
Yeah, I want to put something... No, never mind. Please don't look in there, it's far too embarrassing. Alright. Still, it should be okay for now. Yeah, probably. I have the sense that there's a dam within you. And it could break at any moment, but that you also wouldn't be here otherwise. Admittedly, I'm not entirely sure what that means. Yes, I suppose it only makes sense that a goddess would pick up on my connection to the singularity. Yep. Well, that's likely as far as her awareness goes. Even I still don't have the whole picture myself. There's no way she could figure this out before me. Yeah, we'll see. There's definitely something about you that nags at me, but we have more pressing things to focus on right now.
Yes, I can sense that there's something here. And whatever it is, it's something only I can confront. Thank you for waiting. Our equipment's all adjusted and fine-tuned now. This is a rare and valuable situation, so I wanted to make sure all the data we collected is accurate. Part of me would like nothing better than to find out if you evaded capture thanks to being a divine spirit servant, or if it was a confluence of circumstances, owing to your avatar, and a particular place to which you were summoned. But for now, we should limit our focus to gathering as much information about the current situation as we can. The more testimony we have from the varied perspectives, the better after all. So please tell us what happened from your perspective.
Well, what had happened was, I was sitting in my room, and then I got a reverse summon. I don't know what to tell you.
So you came across Tsubone's soul while you were being drawn here, and decided to help her on a whim. That's right. I realized that sharing my spirit origin with her was the only thing I could do to save her. I knew it was only a stopgap, but I just couldn't look the other way. But thanks to that, my own definition became less clear, and I think that's why I was able to escape the enemy's forced summoning. So it all worked out in the end. I don't even feel any kind of force pulling on me anymore.
That's good.
Though I do still smell something foul at work here. And I think it's coming from over there. That place Kasuga no Tsubone called OOKU. As far as I can tell, whatever's going on here is just as she described. So all the people at Edo Castle disappeared, just like the ones at Chaldea Base. And now the OOKU's turned into a labyrinth again! Seems pretty bog standard, I don't know what to tell you. Coincidence? Definitely not. This is all clearly connected.
Definitely. For sure, no doubt in my mind.
At this point, it could not be clearer. That the attack on the Wandering Sea and the strange phenomena at Edo Castle are the work of a hostile force. That aside, I'm still not quite sure what you mean when you say that the OOKU was turned into a labyrinth. I don't know. She spoke in plain Japanese, I guess. Like it's a labyrinth. I don't know what to tell you. You know, winding hallways that easy to get lost in, twists and turns. Did you see it for yourself, Tsubone? Well, sort of. I was just thinking, oh crap, I'm really dead now, and ascending to Nirvana, and I think I caught a glimpse of it. Then just as I had realized that something strange was going on with my OOKU, and was feeling thoroughly pissed off about it, that was when Lady Parr saved me. So no, I didn't exactly get a good look at it, but I'm positive there's something strange going on there. Yeah, we'll never get any evidence just standing around here.
May as well go check it out. Nothing bad could happen.
You do have a point, but I think it's still too soon to go to this OOKU place.
Oh, okay. Frick you.
Before you try to make your way through this labyrinth, you should make sure that your current surroundings are safe and that you have ample supplies. Yeah, I guess having a supply line would be helpful, I suppose. Now that you've accomplished your time-sensitive mission to secure the last reverse summoned servant, there's no reason to rush. Not to mention we still don't know where everyone else is yet. Right. I'm also worried about what may have happened to Chaldea's staff and servants. I would have rescued them too if I had happened to see anyone like I did with Tsubone. But unfortunately I didn't.
Wahaha! Wahaha!
Pitiful, just pitiful. Exactly the sort of cowardly move I would expect from plebs. What a joke.
Is that... Gordy? What are you... What? Why are you dressed like that? Also, weren't you kidnapped? Director? Please, Director, get a hold of yourself. New Year's is over now. I see, so he finally cracked under the pressure.
Humph. Don't mistake my gentle tone for genuine friendliness. I'm only showing you mercy, as anyone as noble as me would.
Uh-huh.
I don't recall giving you permission to speak. Now lower your heads in my presence.
Director?
You there, girl. How dare you speak to me so casually? I don't even know who any of you are.
I guess his soul's been taken over by the Shogun? Or his body's been taken over by the soul of the Shogun, that is?
Just so you commoners, just so you know, commoners like you would usually be lucky to get so much as a glimpse of a noble warrior like myself in your entire lives. So know your place and show me the respect I'm due.
You don't know who we are? Does that mean you aren't Director Good of Music?
Music? Who might that be? Whoever he is, his name certainly has a powerful ring to it. But alright, you listen to me.
I am Tokugawa Gordolf, the great Shogun. Look at everyone else's reactions. Like, hey, Kasuga, is that your Shogun? Hmm?
Oh my.
Guff, guff, guff. I see you're so shocked you're at a loss for words. And well, you should be. Usually it'd be utterly unthinkable for commoners like yourselves to so much as see the Shogun, let alone converse with him. Well, I've heard that the later Shogun would sometimes dress up like a commoner and go mingle among them for a lark, but never mind that. At times, it's the mark of a true Shogun to demonstrate his generosity, regardless of how unspeakably rude or undeserving the recipients may be. Now that you are my guest, I'll treat you with the hospitality you deserve. You have my words as Tokugawa. No, as the Lord of the OOKU, Paradise on Earth. Earth. Usually the OOKU would be firmly off limits to all men but the Shogun. But today I'm willing to open its doors to worthy guests.
There's no men here.
I'm talking about an honest-to-goodness Paradise on Earth here. What's there to think about? Don't bother getting ready. Just come as you are.
Alright.
Trust me, you'll find all manner of happiness inside the OOKU. And it's fun, too. Mwahaha!
What was that all about? I just ran an analysis on his biological signatures, focusing primarily on his voice print. And I can say with almost 100% certainty that that was Gordolf music. Of course, Mr. Gordolf is human, so I doubt he's sharing his body with someone else like Parvati. Which can only mean that he has been brainwashed. Oh, okay. But isn't he supposed to be a pretty elite mage? Well, if it's a high-level servant or something who did the brainwashing, you know. I imagine I would overpower even a high-quality mage.
The quality of his magical circuits aside, that depends on how the clock tower evaluates a mage's talents.
Not to mention, the clock tower seems to take political power into consideration.
Much more than we do at the Atlas... much more than we do at the Atlas Institute. At any rate, I'm afraid my worst-case predictions were correct.
I would have guessed that he was the first wedge.
What do you mean?
I mean, the enemy must have used him to get a foothold for their attack on the Wandering Sea. Damn it, Gordy.
It would be impossible for an outside enemy to hack our race shift equipment and to conduct a mass reverse summon while leaving everything else untouched. So I suspected they might have used a more physical approach for that part.
And it looks like they probably chose to do this by using Mr. Gordolf.
They must have started by making contact with him and brainwashing him to their side. He could then use his director security clearance to disable all of the command room's protections. after which he was likely the first to be reshifted away.
What a stupidly efficient attack. Emphasis on stupid. Man! Gordy's doing his best, man! Don't be mean! I know what you mean. No matter how advanced the company's security might be, it's all too easy to make off with its data, as long as you can sway someone who works there to your side. After all, you don't even need to decrypt it if you can make off with the device's lock, stock, and barrel. Honestly, it pains me to think that such a crass, inelegant solution could work this well. At any rate, once the enemy had Mr. Gordolf under their control, they must have used his connections to all the other staff and servants to reverse summon him here willy-nilly.
It must have taken an unbelievable amount of magical energy to do that. Much more than even a Holy Grail could provide. The enemy would need something with an infinite, known, inexhaustible resource for generating magical energy. But never mind what happened in the past. Right now, we need to focus on the problems facing us now. His outfit may have looked ridiculous, but this is no laughing matter. No, if anything, it's even more serious than I thought. Oh yes. If nothing else, we now know that the director is there in the OOKU. Tokugawa Gordolf, was it?
We absolutely must save people like him. Save him how? Like, with knowing you, I don't know if I trust any of your saving.
Might not be the only one trapped in the OOKU. Maybe the others are there too.
Then I guess going there ourselves really is our only option.
Unbelievable. Who does that Gordolf person think he is? Calling himself a Tokugawa.
This is a travesty.
How could he even ride his horse or put on his armor with all that excess weight?
Damn! I mean, who needs a horse when he has his cars, you know? There's something I didn't tell you earlier. For if word of this got out, it would be an unprecedented crisis for the shogunate, and by extension, all of Japan. Everyone in Edo Castle has vanished, including Iemitsu, the current shogun.
He must be within the OOKU as well. I must rescue him no matter what. Please, will you help me? I second her request. Please help her. I may not be at my full strength, but I can still come out like this to help you in battle if things should come to that. And Kasuga no Tsubone seems like she knows a lot about the OOKU. I'm sure her knowledge will be helpful. Of course, we have to rescue Gordolf and all the others, but even putting them aside, I think I need to go there. Something tells me I need to confront whomever or whatever's behind all this, and that I'll find them in the OOKU. That's probably a good bet. I cannot recommend charging into enemy territory before we've had a chance to create a campsite of our own. But you do have Parvati to help you in battle, and Kasuga no Tsubone to guide you around the OOKU. So after discussing it among my different thought processes, we've come to the consensus that it should be okay for you to go in there under these conditions. So, make hay while the sun shines, was it? Well, if we're going to do this, then let's do it. Your next objective is to infiltrate the OOKU, investigate what's happening there, and rescue everyone who's trapped. Oh, there's no telling what could happen in there, so please be extra careful. Oh, don't worry. I practically built the OOKU myself, you know. It might be a little more labyrinthine now, but I still know it like the back of my hand. Probably. Oh, probably. Oh, that's comforting. Besides, now I have a goddess of India and her trusty companions here to help me. Yeah. Whatever sort of nasty person might have taken over the OOKU, I'm sure we can handle them just fine. Maybe you might be speaking too soon. Just a little bit.
Okay, there is a map. Okay. Into the play story push past. Okay. I guess this is just a progress bar, I'm assuming? Yeah, I'm going to assume. Assassin. It's probably not gonna be Kama. Kama wouldn't attack us this early on, right? Probably. Welcome to loading screen hell. Oh boy. Alright, well, give me Kiara, of course. I kinda wanna bring my Parvati along. But that probably wouldn't be the best idea. Yeah, I'll just do this. That's fine. Yeah, the craft essences are fine. I was thinking about changing them, but they'll do. They'll do.
What's with this Suzuroka? I never had anything nearly this creepy in my OOKU. There certainly is a strange aroma here. What is this place exactly? This is the Osuzuroka, the Bell Corridor. It's the only way to get from the Nakaoku, where the Shogun resides, to the OOKU. The OOKU itself has several other entrances. So this corridor is usually reserved solely for the Shogun's use. But since it looks like this is the only way into the new labyrinthine OOKU, I'm afraid we have no choice but to make use of it ourselves. If you were to enter the OOKU from one of the servant entrances, or even if you were to get a bird's eye view of the place, I'm sure it would look like a perfectly ordinary building. But when you go there from the passage reserved just for the Shogun, it leads to a mysterious labyrinth. That appears to be the situation we're dealing with right now. That space is clearly warped. It's an unknown and secluded spatial structure made by Magecraft. To be honest, it may even surpass the Atlas Institute's engineering, though I really shouldn't compare them, since this technology and ours cannot be possibly more different. Cannot possibly be more different. Whatever's happening here is like nothing I've ever seen. How strange. This sort of thing would usually be right up my alley. But for some reason, I just cannot get excited about this at all. Indeed. I have no idea how or why this happened. I'm also pretty sure we never had this much Indian decor before. I mean, you never know. When's the last time you were in here, huh? Ugh, this is all wrong for Tokugawa interior design. If the decorator were here, I'd ask them to redo the whole thing. Anyway, that's the Ojoguchi. That is the Ojoguchi, the door that leads to the OOKU, but it would seem that someone is there.
Well, hi. Wait. No, back up. I want to see that again. She was kinda... She was kinda bad. I mean, sure. How you doing, puppet lady?
Who in the world are they? Are they supposed to be the attendants guarding the Ojoguchi? Just look at them.
I would never, ever hire anyone like that. The OOKU's attendants must be proper ladies from noble families.
You have every right to be angry. Those things are clearly not living creatures. They may look alluring, but they're nothing more than automata or homunculi. Puppets, really.
I mean, a puppet's good too, you know what I'm saying?
There seems to be something different about them compared to normal automatons, though.
They seem vaguely Indian, just like this corridor.
Why is that?
The Ojoguchi doesn't need someone to stand guard at all hours of the day and night, so maybe our enemy thought that marionettes who don't need to sleep would be right for the job.
What a ridiculous idea. At any rate, that's definitely the door to the OOKU, so we can't afford to stop now. You there, the attendant with 4 arms. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Please enjoy your...
Can I get your number? Nah.
I can talk? Oh, Kalanchi, just full of surprises. But I am Kasagana Tsubone. I spent my life watching over the OOKU. It will take more than a little song and dance to scare me off now, you bizarre marionette. Now step aside or I'll strike you down where you stand. Hey-ya! Oh, whoops.
It seems this is your lucky day, you monster. I don't have my naginata on me now. Sorry for the trouble, Lady Parr, but would you mind taking over from here? You know it was greeting you, right? It was saying, please enjoy your stay. Like, you don't need to attack it, I don't think. They probably would have let you through. Would you mind taking over from here?
Oh, wait, huh?
You can't just spring these things on me like this. Damn, attacking the puppet lady for no reason. She was literally welcoming you in. She would have probably taken your coat if you'd asked. But no, you had to go and attack it for no reason. It's so fucked up.
できるだけ丁寧に、可能な限り効率的に。せっかくの材料ですもの。
I was gonna comment on. Never mind. You know, don't worry about it. What can you do again? Enemy that could resist. For one enemy has yourself. Decrease treatment one. Remove buffs and you decrease defense. Yeah, decrease defense. All right. Let's just get rid of the main one first. I'm assuming the main one's the only one I can summon. So, just get that out of the way. Okay. Oh, Kiara, I'll have you one day. One day, one day. Alright. Ripperoni to the hot puppets. Well, it's a shame that things came to this, but what can you do? Other than lament. A travesty.
They looked so suspicious, and we were about to fight them anyway. So I didn't hesitate to exorcise them, but...
They never actually attacked us, did they? Now I feel kind of bad. Yeah, right? They must have been too scared to fight back after seeing your divine glory, goddess. They were literally welcoming us in!
Oh, and I guess your faith
Scared them off too, Lady Seshuin.
Anyway, now there's no one left to get in our way. Come on, let's go.
Master, I suspect you're going to find an even stranger world past that passageway than what you're seeing now. Probably. It could be ruled by structures, laws, and theories that are completely different from the ones outside the OOKU.
Basically there's no telling what might happen. Oh yes, this is what a good dungeon crawl should be like. Oh, sorry, I slipped into spectator mode by mistake. I should take a page from Holmes' book when it comes to keeping my cool. Anyway, be extra careful in there, everyone. This is where the expedition really begins.
Honestly, it's doubly good that I did the Parvati trial quest a bit ago. Because, yeah, it helps tie things together quite nicely. Oops. We're not gonna talk about it. Act 2, The Audience, Part 1. Part 1, I will keep up with Kiara. Confirm. Also, I'm gonna switch their craft essences around. Actually, yeah, nah, that's fine. That's all good. I feel like it's gonna be a theme where they're not gonna, things will just like keep talking to us and we're gonna attack them and they're never gonna fight back. And I'm gonna feel bad every time. This is the place?
Oh my, the door just locked itself behind us.
Because of course it did.
Looks like they have no intention of letting us leave. Fine by me. Let's keep on moving then.
You're way too gung-ho, Miss Subone. This may be moot at this point, but is it really okay for me to be here? Please don't call attention to that. I'm trying my hardest not to think about it. Of course, there are strict rules about who gets to enter the OOKU, but those are bound to change with the times. See, this was definitely written with male Ritsuka in mind, but I'm playing the female avatar, so I don't. The dialogue's kind of funky.
Besides, there are clearly more important things to worry about right now.
In fact, now that I really think about it, this hallway is just like the Osuzuroka we were just in. The sliding doors, the walls, the ceiling, the flooring, the decorative transom.
None of it's like the OOKU I know. Not one bit.
And if this isn't a real OOKU, which it clearly isn't,
then I don't have to worry about the rules. In fact, I'll be damned if I do. So there we go. So this is the OOKU?
Of course, being a woman of the cloth as I am, I've never seen such a place before. Aha! Right, yeah. Let alone entered one. But I never expected such lurid lighting and intimate quarters. Oh, I can practically feel the dark passion here crowding out the very air itself. In fact, I can't help but notice something sweet roiling about in these walls. So thick it all but chokes me.
But I suppose it's hardly a surprise. The OOKU is a cloistered palace where the press of warm bodies and passion can be felt at all hours.
Is it not? I mean, the Shogun's the only man who comes here, but I guess the concubines could comfort each other, I suppose. suppose. That wouldn't be terribly surprising. Oh no, don't worry. I'm not here to condemn such things. It is, after all, necessary for the survival of the species. To be alive is to be slave to the desires of the flesh, you know. No, this isn't normal at all. I'm afraid you have some very, very big misconceptions about the OOKU, Lady Seshuain. The real OOKU is nothing like this dim subterranean labyrinth. Yes, it's broad and complex, but it was also clean and spacious and perfectly pleasant. It even had a garden. Besides, the OOKU is reserved solely for the shogun's wife and concubines. Its purpose is to ensure a safe place in which to produce an heir to the Tokugawa family. That is why it exists. If you think the shogun simply goes about laying his hands on any woman in a place who happens to catch his eye, like the harems you may have heard about in other countries, you could not be further from the truth, and I'll thank you to not spread your groundless impressions further. Really? That's exactly what I thought it was like too! Ah, Parvati, you dirty, dirty mind. Not you too, Lady Par. It seems I need to educate you all on exactly what the OOKU is and what it stands for. Fortunately, as the Shogun's wet nurse, I'm responsible for his education, so I have plenty of experience teaching all manner of things. Alright, all of you have a seat. I would also be interested to hear your lecture about the OOKU, Kasuga no Tsubone, but I think it'll have to wait. I'm picking up something ahead of you. This isn't just something, it's a human. Just a simple, ordinary human signal. Oh?
Of all possible reasons that ran through my mind when I heard the commotion near the Ojukuchi, I never expected this. This is going to be quite the hassle.
You're Lord Matsudaira. Lord Matsudaira Izunokami no Butsuna.
What do you— oh, the guy we never saw during Shimausa. That's him, right? The guy who, like, kept getting mentioned all the fucking time in Shimausa, but we never actually met.
What are you doing here? Let me check the old database here. There. Matsudaira Izunokami no Utsuna.
Yeah, not cute. Yeah, okay, yeah.
One of the highest ranked officials in General Iemitsu's shogunate, and one of the 3 key advisors supporting him. He was especially renowned for his vast intelligence, and was called a wise Izu. I guess he must have been around during this time as well. Indeed he is. Though I do get the sense that we haven't seen each other for a long time.
A long time? I've never seen you before in my life, woman.
Yeah, it's complicated, but you do know her. It's just, she's wearing a different skin. Fine then.
What if I call you by your childhood name, Lord Choshiro? Even if I do look different now, I can't believe you'd forget about the woman who raised you.
It's me, Fuku, Kasuga no Tsubone. He's gonna be like, no the fuck you're not.
Hard as it is to believe, seeing your piercing eyes and the way you conduct yourself. It does seem that you could only be Lady Kasuga. Yet another strange occurrence.
If anything's strange around here, it's you. What are you doing here? And why do I get the feeling you look much younger than you're supposed to?
Let's just say that I have my lord to thank for my new youth. Now, what are you doing here? I thought you were supposed to be bedridden.
Never mind me. Who is this lord you're serving?
If your answer is anything besides the Shogun.
Lord Iemitsu? He's not dead, but he's no longer here either. I couldn't serve him anymore, even if I wished to. Thus I now serve none but the lord of the new OOKU here in this new Edo castle. Your services are no longer needed, Lady Kasuga.
You're one of Lord Iemitsu's most trusted advisors. How could you be so shameless as to turn your back on him? I know I raised you better than that.
You speak nonsense, Lady Kasuga. How can I serve a lord who's no longer here?
That's fine. So is Gordolf this new lord of yours?
That Tokugawa? At any rate, you must all be given a proper welcome. That is a job for the attendants, not myself. Somebody, come here.
Oh boy.
So there are more of those things. Oh, a proper welcome?
Does this mean they're going to dance for us? Something like that. These look like they're going to be much more aggressive than those last guards.
Please get back, Tsubone.
I mean, kind of hard for her to get back when she's literally sharing your body, but I guess you mean swap souls. Swap who's in control, I guess. But still, physically speaking, she can't get back. You know, it's not really in her deck of cards, so to speak. Alright, let's go to you first. Alright, a little bit overkill there. Not gonna lie. Honestly, this will probably just be my team the entire... Assuming it keep the entire thing is it's only 2 servants and a support servant, this will probably be the team for the entirety of OOKU. TBH. I don't want to waste the crit on... Do this. Good. If you can kill this one, I guess not. Ah well. Alright, yeah, you gotta die. Very quickly. Alright, well. Again, that was, they attacked this time, but still wasn't really a threat. You have to do better than that, Matsudaira. Is that all you have? Do you have nothing stronger?
I'm glad that's over with. I can confirm there are no more hostiles nearby, but I'm afraid... It seems the man from before is gone as well. Lord Nobutsuna. You were never the most sociable person, but I'm certain you cared for the Shogun just as much as I did. You were his loyal retainer. Why would you do this? At least we now know that whoever's behind this is working with people like that. As a high-ranking shogunate, official second only to the shogun himself, he must know all about Edo Castle. And if he's working with whoever's behind this, maybe he knows where Director Gordolf and the others are too. I hope we can get some information out of him the next time we see him. Either way, we'll need to keep making our way through this labyrinth if we want answers. Mitsuka, this is where the real dungeon crawl begins. I know it looks impossible to navigate, but given that someone must have built it, I'd be very surprised if there was not some way to determine the correct route. It could just be some kind of idiosyncrasy on the part of its creator during the building process, or it could be something they did intentionally. Whichever it is, I want you to keep a close eye on your surroundings, so you don't miss it.
Aye, aye, Captain. We'll keep a sharp eye out. Eyes sharper than gods.
Interesting. Mouse room? Okay. The path splits in two. Which way to go? Oh. 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 Cold corridor, warm corridor. Let's go. I'm leaning warm. Let's go warm. No battles being supposed to use a fire. Yeah, sure. There's a warm presence. Okay. No battles, 1 AP. The floor is nice and warm and cozy. Okay. Alright, and we're getting ambushed apparently. Tanuki room. Not the Tanuki. Wait. No Kiara? What? Hang on. I want to keep up with the team we've had. Oh. I guess we can't. Okay. That's a shame. Give me Bunnytoria. Manual setup. Wasn't Nakihimi's dad just called Matsudaira Shimuusa no Kami, which meant that he was of the highest class orders who dispatched to Shimuusa? Maybe. I just assumed it was the same guy because it was Matsudaira, but yeah, it could have been someone separate. Wasn't he? No, because because wasn't he also said to be one of the Shogun's most loyal retainers in Shimuusa too? Maybe not. I don't know. I don't remember. Shimuusa was a while ago. But yeah, I mainly just assumed maid servants are waiting inside the room. Okay, so not a ton of dialogue to work through. That's good, I guess? Question mark? I think that's good. Probably. Alright, as per usual, let's get rid of the big boy first. Actually, you know what, sure. Nuke them from orbit with a
我が高機動型大広間水陸両用
Laser.
ブライトエハングメン世の行く手は阻めぬ
Nice. Alright. You just saw your friends get absolutely fucking hammered by a laser beam. And you still want more.
望みを声に
Alright
切実
then.
に
世の行く手
Your
は
heads.
阻めぬ
イラグラアケディア
You poor misguided maidservants.
この程度
Yeah, good job.
はいもち早く
This event has 70% of the text is LB. Wow. Okay.
そうですね
I mean, it's still not that bad.
輝けるバーバーシー
Because LB3 was also pretty short. So, you
英霊のように
know,
振る舞う
yeah,
のも悪くない少し
shouldn't be that bad.
重はゆいかな
Seems like a pretty decent length to me. I'm just glad we, Okay? Would I be screwing myself over if I went back here? Because then I couldn't... Because it looks like this doesn't give me... one... No, because I would get through here and then... This would give me... Yeah, no, we'd be fine. I think. You can't get soft locked. Yeah. Well, I kind of want to. I kind of want to see what's over here. I assume we have to go everywhere anyway, right? Or is there a specific path that would get you on track? Let's just go this way. Taylor looks like it has scratch marks. There's animal fur on the floor. Jaguar warrior? Maybe? Howling can be heard from inside the room. Probably not. Type. No, berserker, okay. I was about to say, Taiga, Jaguar warrior? Are you here? But no. 'Tis a berserker. Give me... I don't know. Who's someone I haven't used in like a long time? I don't think I've ever used... No, I think I have used Britomart once before, I think. But not in quite a while. Let's use Britomart. Sure. Why not? I'm sure she'll do fine. A chimera is sitting inside the room looking cramped. Well, that's not good. Who would trap such a lovely creature?
恐れを知らぬ者から順番にどうぞ。2代目ブリトマートが全てを貫きましょう。
Yeah, well, let's go with a lovely creature.
妖精騎士の誇りを。
Definitely not a horrifying monstrosity.
決戦術式。
Nope.
褒美をやろう。
Definitely no.
母上様の美徳にかけて。
Not
望
at
みを超え
all.
ますよ。一丁両断。
I like how she's a lancer but has a sword. I don't know if that's just an ascension thing, and if a different ascension does have her with a lance. But right now that's definitely a big ass sword. But you know, I guess it shouldn't be that surprising given.
はい、もちろん。行くぞ。ルークスリア。
There's an archer who mainly uses swords and
埋葬の花をくべ。
you know, all manner of people definitely not using what their class says they should. So, you know, fair enough, fair play. Alright, yeah, it's dead end. Okay. Yeah, we'll clear the left side first and then go to the right. Loud corridor. Oh, I wonder why it's loud. Surely it's not because there's. Oh, about quest mark expended at clear for 79 costs. Yeah, as used for cost not based on cost panel. Yeah. Okay. I feel like maybe I should be concerned about that warning, but that's probably fine. Yeah. What could go wrong? Nothing. Something jolly seems to be inside the room. Jolly? Okay. What do you mean by that? Can I join the festivities?
乗りこなしてみせよ。獣の騎士。
Sitting room bore A. What do you mean something jolly? How is this jolly? What?
決戦術式。簡単に終わらないように。そうはしゃがない。はしゃがない。
I think we have very different definitions of jolly, but maybe that's just me. I don't know.
楽園の妖精の名のもとに輝ける未来を示しましょう。約束された勝利の剣。あまたの希望は今一つに。勝利の代償にあなたの涙をひとしずく。
Why did that room need an expended at clear tag? Like, why did it have the whole pop-up? That was literally nothing. What? Oh, okay. Sure. Pig room. Oh, okay. Well, this is the continuation. Okay, I'll have to go there after we do this. Alright. Act 2, the audience part 2. Hello? Anybody home? Earlier.
Huh? What the? What is this place? I could have sworn I was just alone in my room, enjoying my weekly ham and sausage feast away from the others, to say nothing of that little animal's prying nose. What's going on? Am I sleepwalking? Is that what this is? Maybe I should have taken Da Vinci's advice and gone in for a regular checkup after all. At any rate, I'm the head of Caulia, the mental support pillar holding up the entire organization by myself.
Yeah,
I can't let my staff relax their focus now, not when we're in the middle of a war. I need to head back to my still under construction director's office to make sure we all get out of this alive. All that aside, where am I anyway? Is this the way out?
Probably not.
What? Oh, you lot. Stay back. I said stay back, damn it.
They're not so friendly.
So that's how it's going to be, is it? Very well, I have my scrolls and my mystic code. I can fight back handily. Take this, perplexing Goth Punch.
Damn! Yeah, go, Gordy!
Bewildering Goth Punch. Intimidating Goth Punch.
Gordolf for caster class.
Oh. Pitiful, they are far too weak. Or perhaps I'm just too strong. All that aside, even I can't quite believe I took care of this many enemies so quickly. I suppose I must have grown more than I realized over the course of this journey. It seems I've awakened the beast within me.
Yeah, Sure, buddy.
I may be a particularly late bloomer. So late that I almost didn't make it in time, but nonetheless.
Oh boy, there's more.
Oh, so there's still more of you, are there? Don't you realize you're hopelessly outmatched?
Damn, Gordy's taking names.
I have no interest in kicking those who are down, especially when they're already a full lap behind. But if you mean to attack me, then you leave me no choice. I need to get back to the people eagerly awaiting my return. Now move aside, for I am become death, destroyer of you.
What a fucking goat.
Yes, I've always wanted to say something like that.
Seeing all those puppets attack us without so much as blinking is kind of creepy, if not downright scary. Guess it was terrifying how many there were. Lucky for us, they weren't very strong. I agree. I may have lost some of my power, but I can still handle these enemies just fine. And since I have all of you helping too, I don't think we'll have any trouble making progress.
We can handle 1,000 of them with our hands tied behind our back.
Master, may I ask a favor of you?
What's up? What's up?
Weak these attendants may be, I think it would be better if we didn't destroy any more of them than necessary. I ask this simply because all things, living or otherwise, have value in the Buddha's eyes.
See, you think we should treat everything with respect, even if it lacks a soul? I can get behind that. Yeah.
Okay, let's not get carried away and go around destroying any more of them than we have to.
No more violence than strictly necessary. Got it. Seems reasonable enough request.
You have a kind heart, Lady Ritsuka. I like that very much. Everyone should be sympathetic to those who lack power,
regardless of how high they may rank.
The fact that you can summon up that kind of sympathy, even in circumstances as tense as these, speaks volume for your inner strength of character. I see that you're not merely repeating what you've heard, but truly believe what you say.
Nope.
Yes, I'm very impressed.
There's a good girl. Pat, pat. Thanks. Is she treating Master like a child? I mean, Ritsuka's what, 17? And prior to being taken into Parvati's / Sakura's body, I think Kasuga would have been what, 50, 60? So, you know, Ritsuka kind of is a child compared to her. Just being realistic. The 60s, yeah, okay, 60s. This is kind of embarrassing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Force of habit. Long ago, I decided that whenever I praised a child, I would do so with all my strength, and that I would pat their head whenever I did so. And now it's a habit that's very hard to break. I'm truly sorry if it made you uncomfortable. It was kind of refreshing, yeah. At any rate, thank you all for indulging such a selfish request. You really believe in mercy, don't you?
I guess you really are as gentle as you look, Kiara. Yeah. Uh-huh. Definitely, yeah.
No, it's not that. I simply seek salvation in accordance with my faith.
Yes, after all, I feel nothing at all when we destroy these dolls. Not to mention that these attendants were clearly designed by someone for a specific purpose. I cannot let Master down in the face of such an insidious trap. Whatever the one who planned all of this is plotting, we mustn't make it easy for them. Yeah, no, can't do that. Can't be caught with our pants down, so to speak. Okay. So clearly that's the right way to go. So I'm gonna go this way and get the materials from this side first. Sure, Nero. Start quest. I guess I could have swapped out Tonalico. Well, whatever. There's a chilly presence. Something's coming.
Who's there? Show thyself, so I may destroy you. Post haste.
Loading. Loading. Foe, please run faster. Oh! Well, if it ain't you mother truckers, I ain't seen you in I don't know how long. Actually, not that long. I saw you in LB3, although you were a different color. But neither here nor there. Alright. Should have used that earlier, but whatever. Okay. Oh, Nero.
You know
what I kind of want to see? I want an event. Yeah, I was because I didn't play the story of Draco's event last year. I just did the battles and skipped the story because spoilers. But so I don't know if they interacted there or not. I want Draco and normal Nero to interact. I don't know if an event or anything would ever do that, but I think that could be an interesting discussion. I don't know. Cause like Nero knows she can become this, right? Because she talks about it in Extra. About how she is summoned as a rider class, she becomes this. So I wonder how she'd feel coming face to face with that side of herself. The moment you enter the room, a giant lizard slithers out. Of course. Because why wouldn't there be a giant lizard here? So it only makes sense. Like, it's gonna be. Oh no, okay. I thought it was gonna be one of the multi-headed snakes from LB1 that were also in LB3. But I guess not. First of all, say don't most people in Face of Bliss have murderous inclinations when they face other selves? Probably. Because yeah, if I remember right, again, it's been a while since Extra, but I think Nero implies she's not very proud of herself. Because didn't she imply that she like was hiding in the Saber class? Or something like that. Like she purposely like twisted her spirit origin to be a Saber, so she didn't become the beast. Although she didn't say beast, you know, back then, but you know, Act 2, the audience extra. Yeah, she's Imperial privilege. Honestly, it'd be cool if in Fate Extra Record there was a new game plus mode where Nero is Draco. They probably won't. Again, I don't know. I think that would be a banger idea, but I doubt that's a thing that they would do. I do think that'd be cool though. Like it'd be non-canon, but like just have a new game plus mode where that's an option. I think that'd be cool. But yeah, no, just random thought in my head.
You're quite the formidable figure yourself, aren't you, Lady Sashuin?
Albeit in a different way from Lady Parr.
Oh my, whatever would make you say that?
I'm just a humble woman of the cloth.
Don't be so modest.
I know a number of monks with Buddhist names like yours, and you're on a completely different level from them.
Be honest, you're actually something of a monk guru, aren't you?
I mean, we already have a goddess from India here. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if you turned out to be an avatar of the Buddha himself. Well, I mean... And Emiya's Gilgamesh. Or Emiya Altar. No. Buddha, Bodhisattva. Ow, my head. Yeah, don't think too hard about it.
Me, an avatar of the Buddha?
Goodness, no, I am me, no more, no less.
Tell me, Lady Costigan no Tsubone, why would you think such a thing? Well, it's obvious from everything I've seen so far.
You aren't the least bit afraid of those bizarre dolls. You use powers and combat techniques I've never seen before. Even in my wildest dreams, I never imagined there was anyone in the world who could do the things you can. Well, I guess there's a shady old monk by the name of Tenkai that's part of the Shogun's inner circle. They say he uses some suspicious techniques himself, but I never paid those rumors much attention. Because, well, they're suspicious. Fair.
So this is my first time actually seeing
Evil dispelled with the power of the Buddha.
I see. Well, the sect to which I
belong is quite small and rather unique, so I suppose their techniques must seem ever so unusual to an outsider.
Now that I think about him,
Tenkai must have been abducted along with everyone else in Edo Castle. Or he's part of the force behind this. You know, I don't know. I don't know.
And to think he was supposed to keep the Shogun safe from
Strange curses and things like, well, what's happening right now? Maybe.
Once I've rescued the Shogun, I'll have to whisper,
Tenkai must be punished. Tenkai must be punished in his ear while he's asleep. Maybe don't do that.
Anyway,
having you here really is a big help for us, Kiara. Although, how can she have such a powerful spirit origin without being a proper heroic spirit? I don't know. You don't think too hard about it, Mash. Then again, there are some servants, like Assassin Emiya, who can't operate in the open. Maybe she was chosen by the Counterforce for a similar purpose?
At any rate, I know the enemies on this route have been tough, but that must mean that we're going the right way.
Yeah, sure. Definitely. Dead end. I'm sorry, I'm afraid it's a dead end.
Then you mean you fought all this way for nothing?
But that route was so hard, I was sure we were onto something. Afraid not.
Just as I thought.
One cannot walk the path of the Buddha and be free from adversity.
I can embrace pain and suffering where needed.
Right.
But our path here is not one of pilgrimage, but of the OOKU hidden away from the sun. We surely have a long way to go.
Praise Sashu and Kiara's part of the burial agency. Yeah, that was... although her name is different, right? It was still Kiara, but it was something else Kiara, right? But yeah, that was a really random addition. I was like, wait, Kiara, like, or was Kiara the one that was changed? It was Sashuing something else. I don't know. I think it was something else Kiara. Kishuing, yeah. Kishuing Kiara, yeah. That was when I read that, I was like, wait, I'm sorry? Who now? But it all made sense when, because yeah, wasn't one of the rumors they said was that she was, not as pure as a nun should be? I was like, yeah, no, that's the Kiara we know. Yeah, that's her. That's her, all right. Anyway, from the sun, we surely have a long way to go yet. Or none, same thing.
Perhaps for the time being we should try an easier route. They're sure to have enemies we can more unreservedly enjoy fighting against.
Sure. Sure. Why not? Well, we'll do that. All right. I've only got like 10 minutes before I have to go, so I think we'll clear up through here, and then a giggling sound can be heard from the corridor. And then sign off. Having a right laugh. Who's laughing in here? Lots of laughter can be heard from inside the room. The Fox room. Tamamo! There is a caster in here. You never know. Yeah, no, just give me a berserker. That's the safe bet. And you will set up. Yeah, it's fine. We have nothing to fear with Draco here. Lots of maidservants are sitting inside the room. And because the maidservants are assassin, who's the caster? It's not gonna be Tamamo. Probably. Maybe. Oh, you're not who I was expecting? Okay. Well. Do this, but I'm not going to use Noble Phantasm quite. Surely this will kill it. Right. Good. Use the menu to drop Fraught Hearts of the Foreign God. That's true. That's true, and I could use some of those. Oh, I thought there'd be a higher level or higher HP enemy. That's why I saved the Noble Phantasm. Damn it. Gosh dang it. Alright. I guess not.
無事終わりました。内容いかがでしたか?
Okay. Oh, bye.
Singular Heart of the Foreign God. Yeah, any Hearts of Gods are better than none, I suppose. Act 2, The Audience Part 3. Okay, we'll read this and then be done for the day. After hitting that one more single pull on Astolfo. The Audience Part 3. Surely this one we'll get him. Surely. Are you sure about this? There she is.
Ugh, why would you even ask such a boring question? Of course I'm sure. Why did you think I would say otherwise?
Forgive me. I cannot help but inquire given what an unusual looking sort they were.
You're quite the worrywart, aren't you, Matsudaira? It doesn't matter what someone may be like before they enter this Tokugawa OOKU. Once they do, there's only one way forward for them. And I don't just mean physically. I explicitly designed it so one can only proceed by behaving in a certain way. So of course I'm not going to have second thoughts about the innermost chamber I created myself.
Yes, my lady.
That said, this is a little unexpected. They're not enjoying themselves as much as they're supposed to.
Maybe it's because that romance-addled goody-goody Parvati is there with them.
fine. Who cares? I sure don't. Anyway, that reminds me. How are things going with the one I left in your care?
I'm afraid there's not been yet much progress.
Is that so? Well, that's okay. Just keep at it until you're satisfied. Still, don't you think it'd be faster to cut your losses, crush them, and make them a pillar already? By pillar, do you mean demon god pillar?
I do not. I appreciate the suggestion, my lady, but I would like to keep trying for a while longer. They are useful as they are now.
Hey, I left them in your charge for a reason. If that's what you want to do, go right ahead. Just because I think you're wasting your time on that piece of trash doesn't mean I'm not rooting for you to succeed. In the end, that is what I am after all. Which is why I'm going to do the same thing to all of them. Parvati may make me sick to my stomach, but I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't extend a hand to her anyway. Tee. Yes, why beat around the bush when there's no need to? I should go out there and greet them as soon as I can. Yeah. You shouldn't keep your guests waiting. Yeah. Ooh, another battle over.
That was some great spear handling. She can handle my spear.
They're no stronger than they were before. But it's still hard dealing with so many at a time.
Yeah.
All their remains are literally starting to pile up. Talk about a critical hit with that last one. Did you see the way its head went flying? Very, very nice. Oh. I'm sorry to ask this, Ritsuga, but could you give me a few minutes?
No problem? What's up? Are you going to put it back together? Is she picking up all of their heads?
Oh my. She appears to be gathering them together so she can pray over them.
Your Holiness. She seems more goddess-like than ever.
Okay, all done. Sorry to keep you waiting. I know these are our enemies, and that they're nothing more than automatized familiars. And maybe there's no point in doing this, since I know they aren't even alive. But I just couldn't live with myself if I didn't try to do something. Is that strange?
Not at all. Oh good, I'm relieved to hear that.
I don't think it's especially strange either, but I am curious why you did it. Is it because the Buddha resides in all things, living and otherwise?
I suppose you could say that's part of it.
But it's really much simpler than that.
First of all, seeing their heads fly like that got me thinking about my son. Oh, was your son beheaded? Even if they're only dolls, the idea of letting them lie there like that just didn't sit well with me. Oh, that's fair. You're talking about Ganesha, huh? I see. I didn't realize Ganesha was her son. So wait, that means... Okay, now I gotta... I'm just thinking about Sakura, Parvati, and Ganesha Jinako talking. Like, because I think that is who Jinako is fused with, right? Ganesha? So, like... I just that imagery in my head is just funny. I don't know why.
I see. Apart from that,
I mostly just felt like it.
After After all, I'm Parvati, the goddess of beauty and benevolence. So of course I'd pray for my enemies. Yeah, okay, that was fair. Although of course it's not to say I would do that for anyone and everyone. Yeah, if there was some like dastardly villain, probably not. I'm sure you've realized as much from our battles so far, but I don't feel the need to pray for them every time. I understand that the enemy would see that as naivete and weakness. But still, when I do happen to feel a desire to be kind to them, I don't want to ignore it. Don't want to make your heart cold. Maybe that really is my naivety and weakness speaking. But even if it is, I think that's an important part of who I am. I'll never forget how you saved me without any ulterior motive back when I was utterly helpless, Lady Parr. I'm sure you did so because you weren't able to ignore your kind nature then either. I can't tell you how grateful I am for that. Oh, you're welcome. In that case, I pretty much just acted without thinking, but I guess it does boil down to that when you put it into words. You're right. I couldn't ignore my desire to help. An important part of who you are, huh? That's true. The greater a divine spirit you are, the more unavoidable that problem becomes. To be a deity is to contain multitudes, after all. Put another way, which version of you is here right now? Right. For example, Kali or Durga would never do anything like this. If they didn't crush the dolls' heads and remains beneath their feet, they'd probably wear their remains as trophies. Kali can wear my head as a trophy. I mean, what? What? Kali, the god of fury, and Durga, the god of war. I remember someone once told me that they're like different sides of you. I think they also said that your spirit origins may be different, but you all share the same divine core. I see, so the fact that you're like this is specifically because you aren't in their spirit origins right now. Yeah. As you know, I'm manifesting right now via the innate goodness in this girl I'm using as my avatar. But that goodness also repels any disposition that can't acclimate to it. So right now I really am just Parvati and nothing more. Well, there might still be, what's the expression for this sort of thing? The yin and the yin and the yang? The yang and the yin? Either way, there might still be a tiny drop of that in me. But it's so small that I couldn't worry about it even if I wanted to. But then, doesn't that disposition make it hard for you to fight? No, well, maybe, I guess that's true, or at least it usually would. But I think the important thing is that I'm still here despite that. Yeah. And I think the fact I'm here even though I'm not well suited for fighting, that I'm here even though I had to borrow part of my husband's power to manifest. I can't help but feel like that means something. There's some sort of reason why I need to be here rather than Durga or Kali. It's significant somehow. Or at least that's how it feels to me. I'm afraid there isn't much else I can say beyond that at this point. Of course, I'm sure you'd have all preferred I manifested with a side that was a little better at fighting. I know it'd make things at least a little easier for all of you if I had. So I am sorry about that. I mean, hey, these enemies ain't shit. You're doing fine. I'd take you over them any day. I won't say that. Well, just no problems here. You know, I like Blue Lady. And her multiple armpit. Never mind. I'm relieved to hear you say that. I can promise you I'll at least do my best not to get in your... No, I have to think more positively than that. I'll do my best to be as helpful as I can. I want to be sharp and ruthless in battle, not just kind outside of it. Anyway, I don't know how helpful I can be, but I promise you all I'm going to try my best. We believe in you, Parvati. You go out there and show them what you can do. Alright,
yeah, like I said, I'm out of time, so really quick, we'll hit the Astolfo single pull right quick, but then I gotta end like pretty much immediately. Come on, Astolfo. Got a loading, but I don't. Oh, okay, 5-star craft essence. What does this do? Apply debuff immune and increase our card's effectiveness by. Actually, that's not bad. I guess it's not bad. Not, you know, not quite the 5-star I was wanting, but you know, that's fine. That's fine. That's okay. That's fine. Oh well. Anywho, like I said, debuff immune is good. I know, it's just, you know, it's Astolfo. Designed for Jean to not stun herself. Oh, actually, wait, that's a good point. Wait, yeah. I don't use Jean much, but when I do, yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, I'll have to remember that. Alright, yeah, no, like I said, I really do have to go. I need to help get my grandfather in the car to go to his appointment, so I will end things here. Thank you for watching, and yeah, I will catch you all next time, where we'll, I don't know, go down one of these routes. We'll see. Peace.